You're enjoying how that desire evolves and changes and never ends. You like it that you never get it done, that you never check the final thing off your list. There it's done. I wanted these things, I have achieved them, and now I am done. You don't get there, do you? And we want to let you know that we don't get there either. In other words, there is not an ending to life. That's why we call it eternal. And so, an important component or prerequisite or basis for eternal life is something to keep calling it forth. In other words, what can you think of that might continue to inspire eternal life? Interesting, because many humans stand in their physicality looking to something outside of it for that inspiration. They seem to believe that what they call God, or what is soul or source or spirit, that what that is already so far out ahead of them that they can get all the inspiration that is ever needed from that already accomplished understanding. And we sort of get why human might think that, because clearly you look around your physical planet, and while you have become very productive, you are so good at what you do. You've become masters at so many things. Still, you have not launched another Earth into orbit. You can't even fathom scraping enough dirt together to do it. In other words, it's so obvious to anyone who is thinking at all that there is something beyond what is understood from physical perspective, that is behind the creation of and the maintenance of and the well-being of this extraordinary life experience out here on the leading edge of planet Earth. An Earth spinning in its orbit in perfect proximity to other planets, that in and of itself must give you pause and must be the basis for your reason to come to the conclusion that there is something really wise out there, and apparently pretty benevolent because we keep spinning. There must be something. I will seek my inspiration from that. It's a common decision of many humans over the time that man has been here. But we want you to understand that what you call God, or what you think of as source, what you think of is that non-physical spirit from which you have come forth. We want you to understand that that continues to expand and evolve. It's not static and perfect and complete, waiting for you to catch up. It is expanding, and most important for you to understand of anything that you will ever hear from us or any other, it expands because of the likes of you. In other words, you out here on the leading edge of this time-space reality, this furthest most manifested version of creation, as you are here deciphering and coming to your own personal conclusions, sifting through the data of life, knowing what you don't want, and therefore knowing equivalently what you do want, launching constant rockets of expansion, rockets of desire, rockets of preferences. Rockets of expansion is the most important word that we could use. Rockets of expansion. You see, you were non-physical energy before you came into this physical body. Many of you understand that, or think that something like that must have gone on. But what few humans really understand in the intimate way that we want you to, and believe that you will as a result of our conversation here today, what most humans don't understand is that while they were non-physical energy prior to coming into this physical body, even now you are in this physical body, the larger part of you still remains non-physical, vibration, energy, consciousness. The larger part of you still remains as this source energy. So here you are in your physical body, out here on the leading edge, a part of who you really are as non-physical energy, doing just what you knew you would do, just what you came to do, sifting through the contrast for the express reason of new ideas being born to you out of that contrast. And it happens all day, every day. It can't stop happening. When you're sick, you want well. And when you are sick, you want well in a way that you have not wanted well before. When you don't have enough money, you want more money. When someone is rude, even if it's you want more niceness. In other words, when you're out of balance, you want to be in balance. There's this constant contrast that causes you to ask and ask and ask and ask and ask. Another way of saying it would be, which causes you to create and create and create and create and create, which causes you to expand and expand and expand and expand and expand. And the source energy part of you, the non-physical part of you, takes that expansion immediately. Now here's something really important to understand. The inner being within you, the source energy part of you, when you launch that rocket of desire from your place of knowing what you don't want, usually, the source within you rides that rocket from the standpoint of knowing exactly what you do want. Because in this vibrational world and in these vibrational waves, there are always two sides to the wave. When you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. The only difference worth mentioning between you as you abide here in your physical body and your inner being who dwells in this non-physical vortex of creation, the only difference worth mentioning between the physical you and the non-physical you is that the non-physical you has trained itself vibrationally to the point that there is no resistance present in the energy that would be discernible by you. Now, we qualified that just a bit because there's contrast in everything, and there are two sides to every wave. We're just telling you that the non-physical wave doesn't have the dips and swings in it that the physical wave does. That's why we label you leading edge. You're sifting through greater contrast, but as a result of that, you're coming to bigger conclusions. You're making more happen through the life that you're living. Now, we come forth to visit with you because you've summoned us in your wanting to understand how all of this works, not because you need to know what we're going to talk about here today in order for this continuum of eternal life to continue to progress perfectly. It will do that whether you know what you're going to come to know today or not. In other words, you're going to sift through contrast because you can't help it. And you're going to know what you don't want because you can't help it. And you're going to give birth to rockets of desire about what you would prefer because you can't help that. In other words, these are the natural consequences of sifting through contrast in a leading edge environment. All of that is going to take place whether you understand what we're going to talk about here today or not. But the difference that this conversation can make for you is that if you can get a handle on your understanding of how this creation works, and more important, of what your job of creation really is, if we can help you to understand, to know that you are sifting through contrast and causing an expanded version of you, and that expanded version of you stands in a vibrational frequency in this vortex of creation, if you can hear that, if you can know that, then for the first time in your life, you're going to know why you have emotions. Because your emotions, every single one of them, are indicators that let you know how aligned you are with this further expanded most version of you, or how misaligned you are, how much allowing you've got going on, or how much resistance you've got going on. This life is causing you and us to expand. But the difference between you and us is that when your life causes that expansion, we take it immediately. We hold the vibrational frequency of it because we've practiced the higher, less resistant frequencies, and it is natural and easy for us to do that. You, dear hearts, however, have not practiced the higher frequencies. You often beat the drum of what's gone wrong. You probe and poke at that problem in a justifiable attitude for way, way longer than is necessary and way, way longer than is helpful. And that's what we're going to talk about here today. We want you to adore the contrast. We all do. Some of you might say, well, sure, Abraham, you adore our contrast. Our contrast on which you get expansion. You think I get why you would like our contrast? We do. But we've come to help you like it too. We want you to understand that when contrast causes that expansion, that the most joyful experience of life, whether it is us living it or you living it, is moving into that new expansion. And we do it fast and quick. We do it instantaneously, and you can too. You don't have to linger in a justifying attitude. You don't have to explain to anyone why you would prefer that over this. But you do have to stop beating the drum of what you do not want, which was the catalyst that gave birth to the expanded version of you. We have a piece of knowledge that we also want you to have, and that is, while you are the creator of the physical trappings that surround you, you are the creator, attractor of every bit of that. The most important thing that we want you to understand is that you are the creator of you, and you are more than the you that you have been taking credit for. You are the creator of the expansion of that which is you. Now, don't get us wrong, we're in this together. In other words, the non-physical version of you is in on this too. But you are the pioneer. You're out here on the leading edge. You're sifting through the big-time contrast, and you're coming to the new conclusions. And when you do, we choose the new conclusion that you have arrived at while you linger. And it is our desire that instead of lingering over there in the out of the vortex dumb, that you come with us, that you come more readily, that you tune yourself to the frequency of who you really are, that you tune yourself to the frequency of your furthest, most expanded conclusions and desires, so that you can, while you're in these physical bodies, live the exhilaration of keeping up with who life is causing you to become. The balance of your planet is in good hands. So we're not having this conversation because your world needs to be saved or your planet is in peril or you'll be in trouble if you don't hear this. You're all doing just fine. It's all working out great. Really, it is. With one small exception, and that is you as humans are not nearly as joyful as you meant to be. Not nearly as joyful as you meant to be. You said, I am source energy, a part of me will come forth, I will explore contrast, and I will come to new decisions. And when a new decision is born out of me, I will feel the birthing of it and a momentary feeling of enthusiasm, and then I will use all of my determination and my willpower and my ability to focus in the direction of my newfound expansion, and I will train myself into the frequency of that until that is my normal vibrational offering. And I know that law of attraction, as it always does, will wrap itself round me with cooperative components that are equivalent to the vibrational stance that I learn and practice and achieve. That's what you said. And you said, and the best part of it, let's see, what's the best part? Being born? No, not really. Sifting through the contrast? No, not really. Giving birth to a rocket? Maybe, but not so much. The very best part of it is having expanded and knowing that I've expanded because I can feel that I'm not up to speed with my expansion, and then doing something about changing my thought until I get in the groove of the expansion, and then feeling myself be drawn by law of attraction into the cooperative component of the vortex of creation. That's the best part, you said, again and again. And you know that because you're always looking for adventure. You love that thrill of coming into alignment. You adore the feeling of relief. You tense and agonize against negative stuff. In other words, you know that you want to feel good. The reason that you want every single thing that you want. There's no one who wants anything for any other reason than that they believe they will feel better in the having of it. And we want you to understand that it's not the having of the thing. It's not the having of the girl. It's not the having of the boy. It's not the having of the relationship. It's not the having of the car or the empire or the job or the money. It's not the having of those things that you are creating that makes you happy. It's the having of the vibrational alignment with who you are.